Sylvia has a rather strange errata. Her original typing was Clan Founder. This is wrong. She is a minion of the Primogenitor, the same as Blazer. I'm not sure how you make that mistake. They couldn't be further from each other, but I guess it was a retcon or some type of beta material that made it to printing due to poor proofreading. Sylvia has a judgment cost of fire, wind, and 2 void, but it's worth it. She has 1 ability, it's much like Blazer, but I'd argue it's a little bit better. Your fire magic stones can produce wind. Now you still have to run magic stones of blasting waves, since the J-Roller doesn't have this ability, but it allows you to play the early game aggressively and plays perfectly with one of the most prominent cards of the Alice cluster, Lancelot, Knight of Mad Demon. Lancelot is a 600/600 with swiftness for 2 fire will that can deal 700 damage to target resonator if it has 1000 or more attack when it attacks. It also has to attack should you choose to attack. This came with Rook Egg, a 1-drop that couldn't attack but tutored a fire resonator to your hand from your deck when it died, and Guinevere, a card that could sack you a resonator to filter your hand or boost a resonator by 400/400 at the cost of that resonator dying at the end of turn. The deck also has Cthulhu from Millennia of Ages, a 500/500 with swiftness that could have its cost paid by sacking a fire resonator rather than paying its will cost. It would grow even stronger with the Moonlit Saviour and Battle for Ataractia. Wind opened the deck up to the native use of Rapid Growth, a 400/400 pump spell with Remnant for wind. Multiple uses of Lancelot at full power whenever you want without a hand cost. When Sylvia flips, she becomes a 1000/1000 dragon minion of the Primogenitor with flying. When she enters, she deals 1000 damage to target J Resonator, and when she kills a J Resonator, you can recover up to 3 magic stones. Not sure why she isn't Windfire, since this is a very Windfire effect. Synergizes very nicely with the Beast Queen's counterattack, as does Lancelot for that matter. Plays very nicely with Excalibur to give her precision. For her era, 1000 damage takes out most J-Rulers, and Leviathan can pump it up further if necessary. 1000/1000 fire with swiftness can't be understated. Sylvia was a very popular card, and rightfully so. She had an amazing deck under her, synergized well with it, very powerful by herself, and goes from a beautiful woman to a fearsome dragon. What's not to love? I was even surprised myself doing research for this video, but Sylvia only ever had 1 placing in a top 8, a Grand Prix in Manila, the capital of the Philippines. Originally, I didn't even notice she had that, and thought that, like Alice, she had no top 8 placements. The remaining 3 rulers of this set were tournament mainstays throughout the time the Alice cluster was current. I think it's easy to see why. Due to how consistent Magic Stone decks are, along with the prominence of Regalia in decks and the existence of 5 attribute stones in Alice cluster, colour fixing, while good, isn't that good. This is exactly why Precia went nowhere fast. As for the J-Ruler, a flying dragon, Bahamut came back into prominence in the Reflect era, while J-Ruler kill was usually covered by Black Moonbeam or a sided Blazer. Sylvia covered a lot of bases, but someone covered each of her bases better than her. She essentially becomes Jack of all trades, master of none. That said, she is vastly superior to Alice and the overwhelming majority of the 7 kings of the land. She does something, and that deck under her is exceptionally powerful. Sylvia doesn't end up terribly low in a cluster-wide scope, but in this set specifically, she's pretty far down there. I don't think this is very well remembered.